Afghanistan, they've lost 5. Real struggle to get the runs on the board. Real struggle to keep the run rate up there. It's dragging behind at the moment. So Shahidullah faces the left arm pace of Shaheen Shah Afridi. The edge, just dropped short. Taken on the half volley, taken nicely, taken cleanly. Nonetheless, on the half volley. Yeah, someone had slipped it well, actually. It was, he knew it wasn't going to quite carry. A little bit wider. Knew it wasn't going to carry. Tried as best you can in those conditions. He has so little time to do it, to get his hands a little bit further forward, try and get underneath it. But in the end, had to accept that the half volley was going to be as good as it got. Watch this now. Tries to get forward with the hands a little bit, but there is only so much you can do in that time. Yeah, well bowled. And this is where it is such a privilege in many ways for Babar Azam to be able to say at this stage of an innings, you've got 5 wickets in the bag, to be able to say, right, to Shaheen Shah Afridi, come up, step up, see if you can get another one, just keep the pressure on. You've got the pace, you've got the bounce. And it's been a pretty immaculate over, actually, so far. Found the edge first ball, one a little bit wider, but no runs from it yet in 4 balls, and he's been threatening that outside edge throughout. Still keeps the same line. Just the one, though. There's a lot of ifs there. 24 overs in, 64 for 5.
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
Very handy knock with the bat, lower down the order. Left arm spin now has a chance as well.
It was the partnership that helped Pakistan compile 165 runs in the last 20 overs. The clinical thing in the innings of Pakistan was the way they built the innings when Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan were out in the middle. They absorbed the pressure. And once they had the platform, they capitalized on it. And the result is that now they have such a huge total on the board. It's very comfortable what they have put on the board after their first innings batting display.
Well, they're treating Nawaz with a fair amount of respect here. This is what's known as gentle left arm spin. We've seen the real spinners of the ball in action at various stages of the day. He just kind of rolls the fingers over the top, relies on sort of line and length and just subtle varieties. Slides away off the outside part of the bat. Now, saw a few misfields in the field earlier with Afghanistan. That's one of the ones we've seen now with Pakistan as well.
I mean, you often hear welcome boundary, will say welcome misfield for Afghanistan's cause. At least it's been 63 deliveries since they have hit a boundary, and they've only been able to get 7 runs in the last 30 balls. But they gotta have to do something if they are really thinking about chasing this big 203 remaining runs to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, the reason for that lack of runs in that last 30 balls, as you were saying, is the wickets that fell. 3 wickets also fell in that same passage of play. That's what takes the heart out of any innings for any team. And let's face it, with the situation it is, the ones will not be enough. 67 for 5, halfway through. Yeah, this is one of those chases where
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
Now, umpires coming together. Impossible to tell from here what they are discussing out in the middle. Okay, we've had this earlier as well in this innings. Hawkeye is not operational. So DRS suspended. Technical reasons, technical glitches. Apologies, dear old Hawk. So yes, so DRS will not be available at this stage. Umpires are still talking. We've got a third umpire on the field again. He's ordering a cab for later. Yes, annoying, irritating, and DRS very much part of the game across the globe, across the world nowadays. And we've seen it used effectively today. Just for now, we'll have to do without it. Right, Shine Shadow preview. The full face of the bat presented by Shahidullah. At 7 from 20. Nabi's faced 5 yet to get off the mark. Going to ask Fidai not to look at the required run rate because it'll just upset him. But I'll tell him it's over 8s.
That's true. it's a big task, but then only tough times can make the tough men. So it's out of such situation, if you can take your team out, you get the recognition. You've been playing cricket for so long, you've represented Afghanistan across the world, playing international leagues, have a lot of experience. So if there are hopes to be made from, particularly between these two, would be more from Muhammad Nabi. It's, as I've been saying, not an easy task, but at least need to start showing the intent. Need to start taking overs, 6 runs in over, 7 runs in over. Do not take risks, and see if you can drag it a little forward, and then at one stage maybe you will see that it becomes probable.
I'm going to have to ask you the obvious question. Given the circumstances, given what we're looking at, given the Pakistan bowling attack, given the pitch, how do you force the pace without taking risks?
There's a word called miracle. I'm asking for a miracle, I guess.
No further questions, Milad.
No, it's tough. It's not easy, absolutely. I mean, you're spot on. See, from the cricketing viewpoint, this is not an easy task. The bowlers are in good rhythm, and on the top of that, the wicket has been behaving. There's been really, really big bounce on the wicket. And at times, we've seen uneven bounce as well. That is going to further create second thoughts in the mind of the batsman. So it's not an easy task ahead of him. But then what can you do? I mean, you always need to play for the win. So it'll only be a matter of time to see how they can adjust according to the situation, and see if we could at least start seeing some intent from both Muhammad Nabi and Shahidullah Kamal, and try and pursue the target. Make your best effort. Let's see what happens. Well, if anything is going to make it more difficult, these short pitch deliveries. And Afghanistan not being very comfortable with the short pitch deliveries, you wouldn't be expecting him to take on the short pitch. And I think one of the other issues was that when they start going after the bowlers, after the 20th over, they decided to go after Shadab Khan. Maybe Salman Ali Agha could have been an easier option to go after. But then again, it's just a tough day in the office for the Afghanistan cricket.
Although
हब्स भरी दोपहर में चिपचिपाहट सी फैली मेरे हर सू पूरा दिन बस गर्मी और पसीना भाड़ में जाए ये महीना जी चाहता है इसकी तो स्प्राइट लगा ठंडक
Vitamin C.
Mohammad Nawaz again, second over for him. If you're talking about anyone trying to make an inroad into this Pakistan attack at the moment, this is the gentlest you'll get from Pakistan. You know, gentle, rolled, left arm, orthodox spinning.
I really, really doubt he's not one. He's out. Actually, he's been one of the attacking bowlers for Afghanistan. He takes wicket, and he bowls wicket to wicket.
Let me put it this
another
way.
option.
Let's
get another one.
Give me pads, gloves, and a bat, and I'll show you what I would do.
Of course, you would just rock out there. As
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not
box.
saying that. Not saying that. But of all the options, I'm just going to tell you this. Of all the options out there, yeah, he's no mug. He's not a mug at all. He gets the ball is in the right place pretty much all the time, for sure. But if you're going to try and make some sort of impression, use your feet. You can get down to him because it's gentle pace. Yes, there'll be tiny varieties, but you can get down to him. You can use your feet, get yourself in position, at least play some shots, and that would give you what you're asking for.
I think looking at all the bowlers that Pakistan has, you need to come out with the mindset. Believe that winning is not everything. Winning is the only thing. Once you have that mindset that I am pursuing to win the game and not to just play 50 overs. I mean, absolutely, Afghanistan need to hold their heads high. The way they performed in the second ODI, that was phenomenal. I mean, the innings from Rahmanullah Gurbaz was one for ages to remember. But given circumstances, I think they need to start looking at what are they chasing, at what pace they need to start calibrating their chase, because it just can't work this way. If you're wasting overs, not getting enough runs, not even getting 6 runs, it will not take you anywhere.
Well, there are many phrases that deal with the situation. They are caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. $71 for 5.
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
हब्स भरी दोपहर में चिपचिपाहट सी फैली मेरे हर सू, पूरा दिन बस गर्मी और पसीना, भाड़ में जाए ये महीना, जी जाता है इसकी तो स्प्राइट लगा ठंड रख।
क्या आपने अपने बिजनेस की प्रमोशन करनी है या क्या आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट चाहिए किसी भी सेलिब्रिटी से, तो आज ही डाउनलोड द starbazaar.pk ऐप और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट या बिजनेस प्रमोशन जस्ट अ फ्यू स्टेप्स। ऑर्डर नाउ।
Who might have been around for 15 years of Afghan cricket. He might have seen it all. He's been there at times, special times for them as well, but even the experience, even all that talent, it's still going to be tough for him. The odd run just coming off the outside part of the bat. It's just one of those situations where it just seems as though Pakistan can do no wrong and Afghanistan just can do no right.
Unfortunately.
Indeed, indeed.
I mean, fans across the world want to see competitive cricket, so it's important that they put fight into this. For me, it is.
A quick word about Saud Shakil. There was talk earlier, Ramiz for instance was talking earlier, that he was unlucky not to be in the Asia Cup squad. He's now in it. Whether it was the power of Ramiz's words on TV or just a logical response in the think tank, in the way in those that are responsible for Pakistan cricket, he has now been included in the squad. So well, good news for him.
There we go, we just see the confirmation. So Shakil has been added into the squad and he just showed to us how he plays. Well, I believe it's important that the talent gets recognized and get ample opportunities.
Indeed, it wasn't his day today. He was, what, run himself out, really sadly, for 9, I think it was. Trying to steal a single, had to be sent back, was nowhere near when it was Rahmanullah Gurbaz who threw the stumps down. One of the talents that Ramiz was talking about actually is that he's a very, very good player of spin. And in both the Asia Cup and the World Cup that follows, slow pitches, potentially spinning pitches, potentially lots of spinners around, that skill will come in handy. Oh, that was close. That's a thick inside edge onto a pad. He's got to hurry through for the second, which he does. And those are things you have to do under these circumstances. You've got to keep pressing, keep pushing.
Well, they picked the wrong fielder. Mohammad Wasim Jr. has got a rocket arm. But at the end of the day, they make it safe and they have to start taking such risks. Well, you talked about Saud Shakil, although his stay was very short, but the way he played, first ball he faced off Rashid Khan, opened the face of the bat and scored a bounce. The next over he faced Mujib Zadran and it seemed he was very comfortable against them. So yeah, certainly a very good prospect to watch out for in the upcoming Asia Cup matches.
Evening, it's been real tough batting conditions. So yes, it might be easy for us. So we're struggling to understand how Afghanistan have gone about this run chase, but they've certainly had the worst of the conditions. It's got progressively harder.
Yeah, Hilton, you were here for LPL as well. Oh, that's it. Hit with power. Cleared everything. He's one man who's showing intent, Rashid.
First 6 of the innings from Rashid Khan. Leg spinner to leg spinner. He's a positive player and can deposit it long way. Determination in execution of the shot. Rashid show.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a question. Isn't it strange that everywhere we went, the pitches freshened up under lights? Behaved differently. But in the second innings, the faster bowlers, they were actually getting a lot of help from the surfaces. What could be the reason, Hilton?
It's dry, the surfaces are dry. Rashid recognises the length's right here for him to play that stroke. And that's what we talk about intent, is that that's a mistake from Shadab. He's just over-pitched. It's a wonderful stroke. But others have not been prepared to take that sort of risk or try that particular type of stroke. This will be overthrows. I'm a little bit concerned though with Rashid playing those sweep slogs and sweeps with the Asia Cup and World Cup around the corner with no helmet on. One top edge. Oh.
They're showing everybody no fear when it comes to his cricket. Aggressive bowler, aggressive batter.
He's tidied up the over well after going for 6 over mid-wicket. 97 for 6.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
Held in the surface, a bit of grip and turn for him. And that was more than enough to pick up his second wicket. Good to see Nawaz flighting the ball and getting some turn.
Simple catch eventually taken by Shaheen Shah as he celebrates a wicket. Wickets continuing to tumble. Different conditions, different types of bowling. Rashid Khan goes for 16. Afghanistan tottering along 97 for 7. Afghanistan coming into this tournament in this series against Pakistan with a lot of expectations. Mujibur Rahman, any batter in. At the age of 22, he has made a lot of impression with his bowling inside the power play overs, in death overs as well, with his accuracy and variations. His team needs a contribution for some respectability for the batting.
Nothing notable with the bat for Mujib. And he has to improve his fielding as well. It has become an arduous task for these batters. Now plays the first one confidently, Mujibur Rahman.
So Afghanistan coming into this tournament with the expectation of showcasing their batting skills against the best fast bowling unit in the world. Also A lot of expectation from Pakistan batters as well. People were questioning their ability to play quality spin of Afghanistan, one of the best spin bowling attack. In the first match, totally dominated by Pakistan in batting and bowling department. But strong response in the second match at Hambantota.
Yeah, the Afghan batters have blown hot and cold in this series. First game they really struggled against the Pakistani fast bowler. There was a sea of change. In the second game, able to put 300 runs on the board, but once again failing, chasing a target. That was nicely held by Shaheen Shah Afridi. It's just a matter of time now. Just a matter of time. 3 wickets to be picked up by Pakistan. And Pakistan will be top team in ODI cricket. They'll topple Australia from that table.
Driven down the ground, just a single. So that tells us something about their ability, not the ability as a batting unit. It's about finding consistency. What all things needs to be done in order to find that consistency as a batting unit.
Yeah, that's where they have lacked consistency with the bat. They have bowling unit.
Hello team, 99 for the loss of 7. They are 3 wickets away from making it as a top tier side in the world in ODI cricket. That's pretty special. And they richly deserve this because they worked extremely hard to get there.
And there was a talk in Pakistan to remove Babar Azam as the captain. Talking heads. He's been very impressive tonight. Fahim Ashraf, given an opportunity, how well he bowled with the new ball. The bounce he extracted from the surface, the deviation he got. Superb effort.